Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? Oh, hang on a second. I just realized I've got the desktop audio set too loud somehow. Let's just drop that down a bit. Right, where was I? Yes, good morning, I was saying, was I not? Hope everyone's day is going well. Happy birthday to Anna's husband, and thank you for liking and sharing the stream, even though it's only just getting started. I do appreciate that. And yes, 205 subscribers. What are we doing today? Trying to survive at the Mindful Cottage. I need some large game that I can safely shoot without getting mauled. And now I'm just checking to make sure that everything's working, because slight rush this morning. It seems to be working at any rate. Okay. So, yeah, I'll talk about Cheat for Aurora in a bit, because that was actually kind of fun. How to speed run to the Mindful Cottage to record the Aurora. That was an interesting little challenge, I can tell you, but actually turns out to be quite easy, especially if you know the way. So let's get on with it, so to speak.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
And there's the traditional opening to the stream. Mackenzie complaining. What time of day is it? Right. I can't remember what I'm doing. Eating. Yes. So all I've got is dried meat now. Yeah, this was my goal. One of my goals yesterday was to actually record about half an hour or more of the Aurora from this location, because the Aurora from this location and this view is one of the best in the game that I've seen. Maybe better, but this location is fantastic. And I'll go into that in a bit, how I managed to wangle that. Good grief, shut the door. Did I grow up in a barn? Let's see. I do have water. I need food for the night. Ooh, that's cured, but I can't do anything with it. But what I can do is stick it back on the travois, if it hasn't despawned. Oh yeah, I should see the recording I did of it. I'll probably mention this a few times actually, but I ended up matching the recording to some music from the Norwegian artist, I forgot the food, Aurora from Sky Children of the Light. Not sure it really works that well, but I'm not going to complain. So if anyone wants 3 minutes, of music and Aurora, I've got an experimental up. It's the song Inhale, Exhale from the concert in Sky Children of the Light. What I'm probably going to do is actually fit all the music from that concert into the recording of the Aurora. So yes, Aurora meets Aurora, so to speak. I thought the two should meet up. Seems to work okay. Right. Bit early for bedtime for Mackenzie, isn't it? So what am I planning on doing? I actually determined that in addition to the bear, which we know is patrols over that way, there's a wolf over there, so that's about a day's meat if I need it, and there might be deer more or less directly below me, where you can see the road curving that way. So I may go check that out. That road, by the way, for speed running from to this location, really useful, because you can find your way here in blizzard, thick fog. If you just follow the road, it'll bring you right here if you're speed running. And like I say, I'll wait for a few more people before I explain what I did with that, because yesterday I was talking about using this run to do the recording, and that wasn't necessarily optimum, and so I found another way. Good morning, Pseudo. How you doing? Right, what am I up to? Putting Mackenzie to bed and trying to deal with my mouse going off the screen, which is irritating. Good night, Anna. Why is my... You can't see this right now, but my mouse cursor is off on the left-hand screen for some reason. Let's see if I can't fix that. There we go. That's a Linux problem, I think. I'll be very irritated if there's a... an aurora tonight, but I don't actually need it. So... Nope. Okay. If there had been an aurora tonight, I would not have been happy after all the fuss I went to record it yesterday. So, what I did in order to get a recording of the aurora was I started a game, which you may have seen the title of, called Cheat for Aurora. What I did was I set up a custom game. Basically started out with the settings for the absolute easiest level and then made everything much easier. Got rid of blizzards, got rid of variable weather as much as possible, turned the wind down to low, made it so much easier, and then started a new game, which actually I have now done it 3 times for various reasons. And then what you do is you start at the way over here and gallop all this way and then follow the road, keep following the road, which brings you up around here. You may have to stop off at Junker's Paddock to warm up, because you start early in the day to give yourself daylight time. But because you're not affected by the cold so much, you've actually got a lot of time to make it here, and you can just gallop it. You don't have any predators to worry about, and so that's what I did. I might show myself doing it because I thought it was amusing. You pick up food along the way, you don't need a lot, make it up here, and then you just simply wait for an aurora to start and start recording, which is what I did. You can get about half an hour easily. That's why I'm having to redo it. I got half an hour because the aurora wasn't particularly long, and I need a good solid 30 to 35 minutes of recording of a good aurora. So I'll be trying that again today, but I won't be live streaming it. Actually, that might be rather funny to live stream it. Just to, hey, look at the aurora for half an hour. Oh, and you have to switch off the heads-up display because you just want the plain screen. And any sounds that occur don't matter because when I'm putting the OST together, I'll strip out the sound from the recording and put in the music. So that's how you do it. I actually felt slightly guilty doing it because it's like a cheat way of learning the maps. Hey, but it worked. Oh, thank you, Sudo. Yeah, with luck, today I might be able to do the full concert. I do have the Aurora concert I recorded as part of a live stream, if anyone's interested. But the concert's very good, it has to be said. I don't do too well in crowds, even virtual crowds, so it's a little bit difficult for me. So I thought, well, I'll do the concert music, but I'll have a different background, and an aurora is appropriate for a Norwegian artist of the same name, and I can't remember her last name, so sorry about that. The good news is, you see, the music from the Aurora concert, all of it, while it's copyrighted, you are allowed to use it on YouTube. If the channel was ever monetized, then that video would be demonetized, but I'm not too worried about that at this point. I'm probably at least a year away from getting 1,000 subscribers, so... At least a year away. Good grief, it's nightmarish out there. What am I doing? I am drinking water and not going anywhere in this weather. So what I will do is tear down some cloth, because why not? And why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? I've got to do something with the tinder plugs because I can't use them. And okay, why am I carrying 2 magnifying glasses? Right. I could do ASMR just of the blizzard, but not sure how well that would work. 30 minutes of howling blizzard on permanent repeat. Now, unfortunately, you don't seem to be able to light a fire on the deck. That would make doing the recording a lot easier. I might take a look at recording it from down there, to be honest. I did throw myself off. Well, people do thunderstorm ASMR. How about blizzard ASMR? Just stare into a white hell. I mean, that will disorient people. Maybe I ought to do it just for fun. Oh, you never know what people like. What am I doing? Gathering cloth because I can. I thought this was amusing. And I think that's all the cloth that's in here. Oh, I could break this down, couldn't I? Bit more firewood. Make sure everything's in one. Oh, it's only decent. How decent is it? Oh, it's not too bad. That's good. That's still all right. Ooh. Why does my rabbit skin hat always take the brunt of whatever I'm doing? Well, now I've got an excuse to go hunting rabbits. Because I need the skins. Rather irritatingly, there's sometimes salt here, I've determined. Sometimes broth and sometimes oil, but not for me. There always seems to be flour here, which is useful. What have I got in here? Oh, yeah. And so far there has always been a revolver behind those loose boards. What am I going to do? The only sane thing to do at this point... Oh, there's the socks as well. Is pass some time. Hope the blizzard blows out. which apparently it's not going to. Can't help but feel it. Huh. Well. That was nice of it. I did actually at one point, while I was trying to get here for the Aurora, throw myself off the edge here to see what cheating was like. You know, the cheat your death. Yeah, it's not as easy as you might think. I am curious though. Oh, to see, because one thing that would make yeah, I don't know that I want to do this. Actually, yeah, that works. That's actually a pretty good view. I wonder if I can build a fire around here and how that would affect... Oh, great. Yeah. I don't want to fall off. There we go. Probably nerve-wracking. Okay, I'm not going to try and find out if I can build a fire. But, in the game mode that I've got, the fire, well, obviously fires do keep you warm. Even when you are basically cheating, and you know you don't suffer from the cold very much. After half an hour of recording here, yeah, you start getting hypothermia, even in easy cheat mode with everything in your favor. So recording in this run would have been, yeah, difficult, I suspect. Although maybe, yeah, yes, it would have been. Right, okay, well, bedtime for Mackenzie, I suppose. Yesterday we observed the bear in the distance ahead of us. That is final approach right ahead of me. So it goes across that direction. I haven't seen it come up here though, which is good. If you have a wide screen, using the edge of the screen to see a bit closer and a bit more clearly is quite a useful little trick. Galloping through my food supplies fairly quickly. Yeah. I've got maybe 2-3 days of food before I need. At this rate, I'm going to have to go back to Drift Island just to shoot and eat the bear. Oh no, and I've got food there. But the good news is, in principle, it's a fairly straightforward run to get there. In principle. I might as well sleep through the night. Learned more about some of the game mechanics. The Aurora can be very short, for example, or it can be all night. And I've certainly seen both of those. I've certainly seen the Aurora start almost at sunset and go on pretty much until sunrise. One interesting thing I didn't realize was in the custom settings you can turn on 24-hour night. Now that would be an interesting... I don't think they can... I don't think there's a way of actually replicating Arctic conditions. That is, you have a brief period in the summer with 24-hour days and a period in the winter where you have 24-hour nights. That would be interesting, it has to be said. Terrifying, but interesting. But if you go into custom, yeah, you can have all night, all the time. And yesterday was the first time I looked at custom settings. So there's some interesting stuff in there. Well worth a look at. I mean, if you think misery's bad, you can make it worse. Oh, grief. We have another person. This is actually starting to get worrying. Yeah, this is me worrying and trying to think what I've got to do. So if I literally have only 2 or 3 days more food, I may have no choice but to head back to Drift Island. Even if there's a blizzard, I might have no choice but to do that. If only because there's food there, and there isn't any so far here. The good news is I think I can find Drift Island, even if it is a blizzard, but I don't want to try. Let's put it that way. So actually, with that in mind, let me make sure. Alright, I need to stock this up with firewood. And hi, little nuggets. Yeah, you can see the problem. When I get down to this much, I am actually going to have to head out of here. Unless I get lucky, and there is in fact a deer where I think there might, and if the weather's clear and so on and so forth. It's not going to cooperate, is it? Busy on things YouTube related. Alright, let's go grab some firewood. So that I can
It's starting to weigh me down.
I can get out of here at the drop of a hat. Ooh, that's not in very great shape, to be honest, but I think it's good enough to get me back if I need to. Do need potentially more water. Might as well get that out of the way with... I didn't. No, I didn't. Meat is very useful, but my goodness, you gallop through it in a hurry.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
This isn't doing me any favors. Did I pick up the water from here? I didn't. That's fine. I'll leave it. I don't really need the cooking skillet, as tempting it as it is to bring it. Do I need a cooking skillet? I don't think so. I'll stick it in my stash of things to take with me. Why have I got that in there? Oh, I thought that was my pot. Apparently it is not. That's a very irritating rhyme. So close. So close.
Feels like a lot of gear.
It is a lot of gear. That's because you're carrying a lot of water. Right. That sorts that out for a while. And this is, what, now my second day of blizzards? That's irritating. fun. Right. Let's, I guess we'll just wait through the day, because I'm not sure that I've got much else to do. Oh, great. I got cabin fever. Wonderful. That's just what I need. Which means now I have to sleep outside. And there's no cars nearby, there's no useful shipping holes, so I've got to use some of my valuable sticks and cloth for a snow shelter and stuff myself in that. In the middle of a blizzard. Wonderful. But then that's why I have the bearskin rug. Alright. Let's do the cure myself of cabin fever, but I'm definitely taking the bearskin rug with me. Bearskin bedroll, sorry. Bearskin rug. That's why I have that.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Let's see if we can't find a suitable spot. Oh, come on. You're a kid. There's a spot here, isn't there? And there's the hypothermia.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Cozy. There is an achievement, I think, for spending X number of nights in a blizzard, and I know I've got it. But the good news is it's warm in here. However, if you want my advice, still don't want to sleep more than 2 hours at a time. Huh. That's nice. Yeah. Hang on. There. Wrong button. Now I need sticks and cloth again. Oh, I've got cloth. That's the good news. Might as well stay here. Yep, galloping through that food far more quickly than I'm happy with. Not that I have much choice, but Great. Wonderful. Why do I get the feeling there's going to be another blizzard?
Looks like I made it through another night.
Yes, you did. And it is very cold. And... well, at least I don't have frostbite anymore. Morning, Tony. How are you doing? So, this is, yeah, that's all the meat I've got left. So, what do I want to do? Do I want to head back to Drift Island now? What time of day is it? Or do I want to take a wee bit of a chance? What am I... oh, yeah, I was wondering what am I carrying that's so heavy? Bearskin bedroll. Not too bad. Huh. At least I got plenty of cloth. And I don't need that much charcoal. Now the problem is, and there's many, what was the problem? Can't remember now. 59-year-old brain not working. So, as I said, when I was speedrunning to get here in Ultra Easy, and I mean much easier than the default Ultra Easy, I did run across deer on the slope up, so we're going to see if that's true. However, after blizzards, it seems that the deer tend to make themselves scarce. But I came galloping up this road 3 times yesterday trying to get that recording. First time I hadn't set the aurora to be high frequency, and so I jumped off a cliff and ended the game. Second time I came up here, I did get the recording. It's not quite long enough for my liking, so I came up a third time, and I'm going to hope to get that recording done today. But every single time I came up here, now granted, don't forget this is ultra easy with the deer spawn set to max and predators set completely off, but on the slope up the hill there were 2 deer, so I have sort of made a mental note to check and see. Ultra easy and custom ultra easy and just galloping everywhere is one way to learn the maps, I will say, because you can move about with impunity. But as I did find it kind of cheaty. But I also learned that even in the middle of a blizzard, following this road, and this road takes you all the way back to Transfer Pass. All you gotta do is follow it. So... So the deer I saw in Ultra Easy were in this region I'm approaching now. Why did I did not cut off the bend? I should have done that. So... But I'm not seeing deer in this location. There's a wolf over there. Yep, I can hear him, but no deer. I didn't think there would be, to be honest. I would have spotted them when I came up here that first time. There is a climb down, of course, up there somewhere. I found that the other day, but it's not great for hunting. Because if you're in this part of the game, I would have to basically drop everything, do some hunting, and then go up and down and hope that yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. I don't wish to do that. Excuse me a second. That slightly startled me. Why, oh why did I listen to Bubba? It's all your fault, Bubba. I can say that because he's not watching at the moment. But in all seriousness, I'm trying to think where the nearest... Without going back to Drift Island, the nearest food... Actually, do you know what? We could do that. And you may be wondering what I'm talking about.
To escape this cold.
I could go to the final approach. There is... Yes, there is firewood there. I could do that. I mean, instead of going back to Drift Island, I could go to Final Approach and hunt the bear there. Because I think I can lure it in and shoot it from the helicopter. Okay. Well, that gives me another day's food. And that was a halfway decent shot.
All this gear is slowing me down.
I thought the wolf was... Oh, yeah. I am sort of in its range, aren't I? Wolf for dinner. One thing I learned today is that the Lewis and Clark expedition, which followed, what was that, the early 1800s, following the Louisiana Purchase. Brief recap, the whole purpose of the Lewis and Clark expedition was to basically find out what was in the Louisiana Purchase, because I don't think even the French knew. The other purpose was to try and find a waterway that would take people to the Pacific. They failed in that latter, and in the era, the Lewis and Clark expedition was not particularly highly regarded when they returned. It wasn't until apparently the 1960s that the expedition had gained the reputation that it has now. But I'm getting to my point. At one point, and apparently they did actually kill and eat at least one wolf. Amazingly, and I can't remember how many people they took with them, but they took quite a few. They only lost one person in their entire journey, and that wasn't due to the environment. It sounds like the person in question suffered from a burst appendix, and there was nothing that could be done for that. And of course, when I say they failed in finding a riverine route to the Pacific, the simple fact is there isn't one. You've got this minor problem of the Rocky Mountains in the way. Right. Okay, well, I did get some food. And I started getting hypothermia. Great, just what I need. But still. Oh. I forgot about my maple saplings. Ooh, I've got oil. I can make oil, can't I? Not sure if that gets me anything. No, I don't have salt, so I can't make broth. Drat. Oh, and I just realized I have oil. So, that's not helpful. Let's barbecue some wolf.
gear starting to slow me down.
Sounds like I got back just in time. Almost. Well, I imagine, Tony, it tastes a bit like dog. And I've never had dog, so I couldn't tell you. There are places you can get it still. I think in Shenzhen, if you're in Hong Kong and you want to try dog, you can't get it in Hong Kong, but I think you can get it in Shenzhen across the border. And again, it's going to depend on what you feed it. One of the reasons bears are edible is because they're omnivorous. I'm not sure what polar bear tastes like, but given that it's exclusively carnivorous, I can't imagine it's fantastic. But the black bear, for example, that we've been eating in the game is omnivore. So that's going to add a flavour to the meat. Yeah. Fox apparently is really, really bad. No, I've never had fox. Right. Wonderful. And now the weather turns out nice. I don't need fat. I've got fat back at the other place. Do I want to take fat with me? No, it'll just rot on there, in there, won't it? Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting graphical artifact. Don't really guys seen that before. Why is that shimmering? Or the other? There they are. All the shadows are shimmering a bit. I had not noticed that before. Right, I actually need to take a quick break for reasons of biology. So I will be back in a couple of minutes. I will see you all very shortly. I'm back. Right. So, we are faced with the distinct possibility that the next time I get a clear day, I'm going to have to get out of here. If I get a clear day. I may have to get out of here in the middle of a blizzard anyway. Oh, sticks. I need sticks. I need to replenish my sticks. Do that while I'm thinking about it, otherwise I will forget. In fact, I will also dismantle this. Still need sticks. It is a very nice cabin. It's a shame that it really lacks what you need to survive for long periods. There's no workshop. Right now, the nearest large game for me is a bear. There's ptarmigan up here, but I've eaten all those. There's a wolf, which I just ate. Well, I'm in the process of eating. It's a great view. It's easy to find, I've now discovered, coming in from the transfer pass. If you just follow the road around, it will take you right here. But it's not conducive to a long-term stay. So oh, I have cloth. Okay, let's grab a rabbit pelt, and at least I can fix my hat. Oh, let's sit out on the deck and fix my hat. Yeah, if I head in that direction, the nearest place I can think of where I could find shelter is the buildings on the airfield itself. There is hunting kind of nearby. If the weather has been kind to you. As I've learned in this location, if there's been a blizzard, you're not so likely to see the deer immediately afterwards. But as I said, right ahead of me there is the final approach, and there's a useful little helicopter there. So I could actually make for that and then shoot the bear, possibly, if I can get there without the bear finding me. And I've got nothing against shooting the bear. It's just that I can't risk getting mauled because I've lost a fair chunk of my health. And most of the time I experience 2 bear maulings simultaneously. Well, one right after the other, consecutively. And I don't think I would survive that. So it still might be worth a trip. Again, you can just follow the road. The road takes you straight past that. Might try that, actually. Except that I've already got food over on Drift Island, and I've got a method of curing it. So I would be better advised to go back to Drift Island and hunt the bear, load up the meat curing box. I've already got food. So, you know, from a sheer practicality perspective... Oh, there's the bear. Yes, that's him. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that shot. Who thinks it's worth taking a shot at that range? Yeah, not with that dispersion that I'm seeing. The problem too is if I did shoot it and it dropped dead, that's a heck of a long way to transfer meat back to here, even with the travois. I mean, I could do it. I'd have to unload the travois, and I could conceivably do it. I got enough maple sticks actually to make another one. And this is how I think I ended the stream last night, wasn't it? Watching the bear. Not last night, yesterday morning. I think I'd rather head back to Drift Island. Risk Bubba's ire. I'm not sure what there is in that direction anyway, to be honest. Another possibility is I head back to Transfer Pass and go somewhere else. I mean, I did talk about going back to Coastal Highway. That would be an interesting trip because I don't think I can get the travois through in a few places. I'm not sure if the travois can even go across, completely across the Forlorn Muskeg, can it? I could stop off at the Hunter's Lodge then.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Definitely want to take that lot with me. Oh, sorry. Voices apparently not up to scratch. Yeah, you can see the problem. That's 2 days' food, maybe. I can give it maybe one more day here. And then I have to move. And that seems to be the best direction to go in. Unless anybody else has some suggestions. I mean, if I managed to drop the bear right outside the helicopter, that would be a useful thing. Tempting, actually, to do that. I mean, with a bit of luck, I'd be able to spot them. Yeah, you know what? We might do that. Head for final approach. There is deer in the area, but like last time, I could always light a fire. That should keep the bear away, shouldn't it? I don't want to be in a situation which I've had twice before now, three times, where you shoot a deer, butcher it, and then you find out you've got a bear right on top of you. That has once led to a severe mauling. That was in Bleak Inlet, and then the other two times, the bear was in the process of sneaking up on me. No, it's not. Technically, no, it's not. If I was heading for final approach, I could follow the road until I saw that patch of trees and hope that I can see it through the fog. If I was heading for Drift Island, I just need to really follow the mountains and that will take me there. So I could do that. It would be preferable to doing it in... it's a bit late in the day. That's the only thing I've got right now. And he's very tired. So... yeah. Cross fingers. No, if you know where you're going, you could move in a blizzard. Don't really recommend that, but you can do it, and I have done it. It's not fun, but you can do it. Bearing in mind that I'm basically, this is permadeath. If I die, that's the end of the run. So it's not like I can restart. I could use the cheaty thing, but I don't want to. That's They even say cheat your death or words to that effect. It is a bit snowy, but that might work. All right. We've got a blizzard coming in. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to fix my hat. And it's very cold. Yeah, I think I've got... Ooh, decisions. Could just bite on the bullet and take my chances. The only... I say, apart from my innate cowardice, I could just follow the road around. The problem with that is, and I did this when I was doing the speed run from Transfer Pass, is it's actually possible in the fog to completely go straight past the final approach and not realize it's there. Even if you know it's on the way, it's actually possible to simply go past because you can't see that far. And this is not making me any happier. The other problem is I don't want to run into a bear at point blank range, because then I'm in trouble. If I make the trip across that open plain, so to speak, I've got a reasonable chance of seeing the bear in the distance. In this, I actually got a halfway decent chance of seeing it, apart from the fact that it is very cold at the moment. It might improve though. Let's lots of ifs and buts in there. What we might do is start loading everything up.
Starting to weigh me down.
Definitely want to take the flour. Do I want to take the knife? Yes. Do I want to take the cooking skillet? There's not actually... Yes, I'll take that. I'll leave this. I've got oil. I don't need to take that. And the revolver, I don't need. I've already got one. So let's load this up. And one way or the other. Get ready to move, at least. Actually, I probably ought to leave that here. Nah, no, take it with me. Why am I carrying those? Hasn't done me any favours. I'm still getting cold out here. Anything else I need to take? No, 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 no. I've got oil. I don't need that. Leave that here. I'm running out of whetstones. That doesn't give me any assistance, which is a shame. The balaclava is very useful, but it doesn't look great. Was that in game or was that my stomach? Well, let's take a quick nap just to see what happens. Might be worth going. Let's take a look. Oh, this is much better. Alright. Now, I got two problems. One, I actually have to go to my local supermarket this morning, and because my local mini store is open. So what I might do actually is save this excursion for tomorrow and end the stream early. For which I apologize, but if circumstances were slightly different, I'd be able to extend the stream, which I can't today. That does not look good. That looks like Blizzard coming in, to be honest with you. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and I apologize for bringing this to an early conclusion. I will say goodbye to you all now, and then tomorrow morning we'll start making the move either towards the helicopter or back to Drift Island. Yeah, because timings are not fantastic for me at this split second. That's infuriating. I'm dreadfully sorry, people. My normal streaming time, you see, is between 9 and 11 British Summer Time in the morning for me. And that actually gives me a lot more freedom to extend things. I'm actually squeezing the stream in between 5 and 7 in the morning, or give or take. But I don't have a lot of room to maneuver around that. So what I'll do is we'll get moving at the beginning of tomorrow's live stream. Yay, that'll be interesting. At least then I've got a good couple of hours, hopefully, to either die or survive. We'll see what happens. So thanks everybody for watching. Do appreciate it. You know the rules. Well, not the rules, the suggestions. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, why not subscribe? Oh, I will be streaming. I was going to say Warframe this evening in actually about 12 hours. Which is a completely different game, of course. So, I will see you all next time. Be excellent to each other. Be kind to Kubro, dogs, and children. And if you want to know what a Kubro is, come watch my live stream this evening. And if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification. All right. Have a good day, you all. See you next time.